We are in the midst of the month of Elul, an entire month that we prepare for Rosh Hashanah, the time that we reestablish our relationship with Hashem and reestablish that connection. And it is interesting, what is the vehicle, the instrument to reestablish that connection? It's the blowing of the shofar, the mitzvah of the day on Rosh Hashanah, and the mitzvah, the custom that we do every single day, the entire month of Elul. All the customs have embraced. Ashkenazim, Sephardim, Taimanim. The Ashkenazim we blow it at the end of the Shacharit, davening in Shul. The Sephardim blow it during the Slichot, and the Taimanim at the end of the Slichot. But everyone has embraced this custom of blowing the shofar. Indeed, it's based on an ancient custom of the Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer, an ancient commentary of the sages, which said that this time is such a powerful historic time of reconstitution and reconciliation, because it was then, in this month, that Moshe Rabbeinu went up on Rosh Chodesh Elul, having broken the luchot, the tablets, and after the terrible sin of the golden calf, davened for the Jewish people, interceded and aimed to reestablish our relationship with Hashem. And indeed, from Rosh Chodesh Elul until Yom Kippur, in the time of coming out of Egypt, is when we received the second luchot, the second commandment, the second commandments, where our relationship was reestablished. So this entire time is a time of reestablishing relationships, and the Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer says, and we therefore blow the shofar every day to aspire to reconnect. Why is it that the shofar is the vehicle for preparing to reestablish our relationship? We know that it says regarding, in the Torah, it says regarding Rosh Hashanah, it says Yom Truah. It is defined as the day of the blowing of the shofar. And all opinions agree that the truah spoken about is the broken sound, what we call either shvarim or truah, that broken sound, staccato, strombolo, that is a broken up sound. And indeed, we see from a number of verses in the Torah, the word truah, teroim b'shevet barzel, it says in Psalms 2, means brokenness. Why is the idea of the blowing of the shofar the entire month, and of course the big mitzvah of Rosh Hashanah, about a broken sound? Because you see, brokenness, incompleteness, vulnerability is the essence of relationships. If you feel no vulnerability in a relationship with somebody else, if you can't be vulnerable, if you feel that you need them for nothing, if you feel that you're complete, everything is perfect, you're complete, you're whole, you're not broken in any way, so you're not incomplete in any way, then what do you need another person for? Do we really need God for anything? If we don't need God for anything, if our lives are perfect the way that they are, and everything's our own doing, and everything's just the way it is, and we feel lacking for nothing. The key about relationships, says Brené Brown in a very famous talk and books that she's written, is a sense of vulnerability. If you don't need somebody, and you're not incomplete in any way, then indeed you have no real relationship. And that is the key. That is the key of Rosh Hashanah, of establishing the relationship. And that is the month of Anila Dodiva Dodili, the month of Elul, to reestablish our relationship with Hashem. You see, in competitions, where there's a competitive spirit, be it in sport or in business or in war, vulnerability and weakness is a tremendous weakness. Vulnerability is a weakness. You want to see where a person's incomplete and exploit the vulnerability. But it is exactly the opposite, not in realms of competition, in realms of connectedness. If you want to be connected to somebody in a relationship, you have to have vulnerability. You have to express that vulnerability. You have to feel that you need them in some level, not to be codependent. You're two independent people, where there's a relationship of dependence, of interdependence, that we complete each other in some way. That is what we're trying to establish in Elul as we lead up to Rosh Hashanah. And famously, the Kotzker Rebbe said things that only he could. He would say, the famous Hasidic Rebbe, Ein shalem yoter milev shavur. There is nothing more complete than an incomplete, vulnerable heart. And as King David has said in Psalm 51, the Psalm of Teshuvah, he said, Leiv nishbar v'nitkeh, a broken heart, Elokim lo tivzeh, God will never despise. May we all come with a sense of incompleteness and vulnerability to all relationships, and especially with Hashem, because ultimately the most complete part of our relationship with anyone is indeed a broken, incomplete heart. Shabbat Shalom.